Another very special Harcourts Rata and Co auctioneer number 18, Peppercorn Parade in EPPING. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts Rata and Co. I'm joined here today by some of the best in the business, the boys in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Julian, Giordano and of course Leon El-Assaad and Tsalkos, who no doubt you've had the great opportunity of meeting throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you the following announcements which in place help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here tonight. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from acceptance or offers for property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to tonight's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of the contract here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything's in here, everything's quite clear. Buyers, is with my highest recommendation what we offer for your consideration and competition here today. I know we've kept you waiting here tonight, so I don't propose to go on and on, but the market in 2025 is extremely hot, will be so in 2026 also. An opportunity for any investor, an opportunity for a first home buyer, an opportunity for you and your family to get in and enjoy that wave of capital growth. The opportunity is here and now. If you'd like to get the sold sticker up on the board, buyers, now's the time to reserve that right. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for 18 Peppercorn? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like. It's only fair you keep me waiting a while. I've kept you waiting here tonight, so fair call, I don't mind. But I've had my say now. It's time for you to have yours. At 600,000, it's a bit light on, but we'll go with your buyer at 6 now. At 600,000, I'll take participation in rises of 20 at 600,000 now, looking for 20 in the rise. At 600 the bid. At 600,000, once at 600,000 are we done? At 600,000, bargain basement buying at that. Second call at 6. At 600,000 for the third and final call. At $600,000 the bid. Are we done? Finished? Silent? Out. At 600,000, we'll move along at 620 now. My bid, I just placed a bid for 20, ma'am. Can I say 30? I'll take 30 on top. At 30 now, welcome, best of luck, 30. Same courtesy to your buyer, Julian, if they like it, 10. At 630, it's got to be 40. At 630,000. At 630,000, bids here in the centre, opportunity throughout the crowd. At 630,000 now. At 630, the bid. At 630,000, first call at 630,000, done. At 630,000 for the second call at 40 now. At 640, at 640,000, bid back here at 40, 50 the opportunity. At 640,000, at 640,000, fairly been offered now, 640 the bid. At 640,000, at 640 we have for the first call at 640 we done. Second call at 640,000, done, finished. Third, final call at 640. If you bid twice, I'll take the 5. It's got to be 10. Can I say 50? At 50 now, 650. At 650,000, 60 the call now. At 650,000, still great buying at that at 50. At 6.5 now, 650 the bid. At 650. At 650,000, fairly been offered at 50. Bids here, it's against your buyer, Julian, at 650 now. At 650,000, once at 650, all done. At 650 for the second call at 650,000, done and finished. Third, final call at 650 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent, out at 650,000. Bids here, need instructions there, Julian, 650,000. At 650 the bid, 60 will get them back ahead at 650,000. At 60 now, 660,000, 70 the call now. At 660 I have. At 660,000, fairly been offered here on my left against you in the middle. At 660. At 660,000, 660 the bid. At 660,000, fairly been offered. Can I say 70 now? At 660,000, once at 60, twice at 60. Third, final call, $660,000 the bid. At 70. At 670 now, at 670,000. At 670,000, back in the centre at 670. At 670,000, 80 if they like. At 670,000, fairly been offered now at 70. At 670,000, bids here, opportunity with your buyer and every other potential buyer here tonight. At $670,000 the bid now. First call at 670, all done. Second call at 670,000. Done, finished. Third, final call at $670,000 the bid, all done, finished. Silent, out at 670,000. Do you want me to talk to him, Jules? We'll take the 5 at 75 and the same courtesy at only 5 if you like. At 675 and make it 80 now if you like. At 675,000, nice easy bidding now. An easy bid to meet at 5. At 675,000, bid there, got to be 80 now. At 675, at 675 at 80 now, and welcome back at 80, and I would think so. At 680,000, at 680 the bid now. At 680,000, fairly been offered, back in the centre at 80. At 680,000, the 5 still good with me if they got it, Jules, at 680 now. At 680 the bid for the first call at 680,000. All done. Second call at 680, are we done? Finished. Third, final call at 680 the bid, all done, finished. Silent, out at 680,000. Bids there, I need to know, at 680,000. Only one to beat at 680, the bid's here. Instructions at 680,000 once, at 680 twice. Third, final call at 680 the bid, done, finished. Silent, out at 680,000. Need to know now, Julian, at 680,000, the bid's here. If they're there to buy, I need to know now. At 680,000, it cannot give them the opportunity after the auction. They buy it out here on the street, or the highest bidder has the only right to negotiate with the vendor at their reserve price, a reasonable reserve price I would add, at 680,000, and the bid's here. At 680 the bid, once, twice. Third, final call at 680. Madam Sir, can I confirm that bid at 685 for 685? Now, I was about to go and get some instructions. I can at 690 if you like. At 685,000, and we're back here at 85. At 685,000. Can I say be bold? Take us to 700. Get the job done at 685. The bid's there. We're on the market and selling. Instructions there, clear. We sell here tonight at 685,000. Bids with Julian on the phone. Keys are with Julian on the phone at 685,000. Make absolutely no mistake about it. If you've come to buy, you must bid me now or forever hold your peace, because at 685 we sell away in the absence of any further bidding. At 685,000 we're selling. Just picture that welcoming barbecue with your family the first day you get the keys. At 6, why not? At 686, at 686,000, at 686,000, and the bid's there at 86. At 686,000, fairly been offered now at 686 the bid. At 686,000, ask them to round me off to 90. Julian, let them know that we are on the market and selling. There's no second chances here tonight. 690. At 90 now, 690,000, keys back there at 90. At 690,000, fairly been offered at 690 the bid. At 690,000, bid there, 91 now at 691. An easy bid to beat at 1 at 691 the bid. At 691,000. At 691, fairly been offered now at 691,000. Instructions here at 691. First call at 691,000. Are we done? Sorry. You're right, mate. Second call at 691,000, done and finished. Third, final call at 691 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent out at 691. At 95 for 695, take me to 7 might be their barrier. At 695,000, the bid's back here, the keys are back here. The keys are in play. We do play for keeps here tonight, so if you've come to bid, you must show me now at 695,000. Otherwise, we sell here to the highest bidder on the phone at 695,000. First call at 695. At 695, second call at 695, the bid. Third, final call at 696,000, now at 696. At 696,700 surely. At 696 I have now. At 696,000, keys are in the middle. At 696. At 696,000, need to know now if they're there to buy, they must show me now. At 696,000, we sell away now. First call at 696, all done. Twice at 696,000, done and finished. Third at 700, a great bold bid at that. Now, I said that round number might be the competition or the barrier to the competition. Don't let it be yours. At 700,000, it's just a round number. That's right, at 701 now. At 701,000, and we'll see. Put them to the test at 701 now. At 701,000, the bid's here. It's back against your buyer, Julian, at 701 the bid. At 701,000, fairly been offered now. We sell here tonight. At 701,000, no half-time break. I'm out here till we sell. Instructions came clearly to Leon over the phone. We sell here tonight at 701,000. Once, twice, third, final call at 705 now, still bidding big at 705. Might take a big bid to break the gridlock here tonight. Big bids do buy property, small bids show the competition that you're at the end at 705,000. Give me a nice big bid in response at 705, take me to 10. That's at 705,000. At 705, the bids here, the keys are here. If you want those keys, you have to bid me now. 705,000, fairly been offered, we sell at 705. If there's no further bidding, we sell at that at 705 now. Once at 705,000, all done. At 706 now, 706 at 706 now. At 706,000, fairly been offered, bid back here, keys back here at 706. At 706,000 now the bid. At 706, fairly been offered now at 706,000, need to know now. At 706 we sell, once at 706, twice at 706, no late bids, Julian. If they're going to buy, they need to let me know now. Once the hammer falls, sold is sold, gone is gone, there's no second chance. At 706,000, bids here, if they tell me they're old, I'll sell here at 706,000. Once, twice, third, final call, 706 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent out at 706. In or out? Yes or no?
I need to know, Jim.
706,000 the bid.
Happy to let it go?
They done?
I need instructions.
At 706,000, clear instructions, yes or no. At 706, in or out. At 706,000, about to sell here. First call, second call, third, final call, $706,000 a bid. Done, finished, silent and out at 706,000. Would you like me to speak to him, Julian? At 706,000, I need clear instructions. At 710 now, at 710. At 710,000, perhaps was worth the wait. At 710. At 710,000, almost had it. You had him on the ropes at 710,000. At 710,000, fairly been offered now at 710. At 710,000, bids there. How about 711? It's almost slurpy weather. At 710,000, bids there. First call at 710, done. Second call at 710,000, done, finished. Third, final call at 710, done, finished. Silent out at 710,000. Ma'am, sir, what do you say? You still with me? 710,000. You've been so strong the whole night. I'd hate for you to miss out, especially to someone on the phone. We can get it done right here, right now at 710,000. Bids here, properties in front of you at 710 the bid. Once, twice, third, final call at 710. In or out? Definitely done. I have your absolute best here tonight. Happy for me to sell there at 710,000. You're absolutely sure? Thank you very much for your spirit of bidding here tonight. At 710,000, bids here, keys are here. We sell. First call at 710, all done. Second call at 710, done and finished. Third, final call at $710,000 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent out at 710. Are we absolutely sure? I'm going to sell. Definitely done. Thank you for your bidding here tonight. We are selling, 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 sold. Congratulations, well bid. Please join us in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here tonight. You've just witnessed